Hello, hello. Sweet day number 5 of our 5-day self-care challenge. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back to this glorious opportunity for us to be in community with one another. As always, it is an honor to be here with you, and I am super grateful to be able to share this etheric space with you, this magical way in which that has only come to be because we have this wonderful internet and we also have the pandemic, right? These are the things that have brought us closer together in heart without being in physical connection with one another. So I'm super grateful to be able to share this with you. Good morning, lovelies. Good morning, Sarah. Please do say hello and good morning. I'm going to go ahead and start some music this morning. There's Jessica. Good morning. Already, we're just getting started. My hands are really cold. We're just getting started, and my cheeks hurt from smiling, which is it's a good kind of pain, right? There it is. So keep saying good morning, good morning, good morning. There's Karen. Whoa, what the heck? Made it to one when Britt is alive. Hello, I'm Barefoot Karen. I wonder if you are too. I have a hunch you are as well. All right, who is here? Who is here? Saying good morning. I'm just going to play a piece of music for us today. Here we go.
Please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Hello, hello.
Please prepare me to be a sanctuary.
Introduce yourself.
Pure and holy.
Say hello.
Tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Please prepare me.
Let's take a few deep breaths as we're all arriving.
Pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living.
Who's here today?
Sanctuary.
Karen and Laura.
For you.
Susan and Jessica.
Please prepare me.
Another Karen.
To be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living
Julie.
sanctuary for you. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Please prepare me.
Hi,
To be a
Chris.
sanctuary.
Hi, Kathy. Just getting
Pure
settled.
and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
There we go. Big love to you. That is a song called Please Prepare Me. It's by the group Beautiful Chorus. Seems perfect for today as we come together for our day 5 of our 5-day self-care challenge. Super honored. I can't hide the fact that everything that I do on this journey of life, everything that I do ultimately is for love. I'm looking for love in all the places, all the time, because I believe and have a deep knowing in my bones that when I am in alignment, when I am in light, when I am following love, when I am loving myself, when I am loving others, when I am loving the world, it is then when I am tapped into the greatest potential. I am experiencing the least amount of suffering, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that when light and darkness both enter a space, light prevails. And so that's what I'm going for. And that's why I'm here. That's why I've come to you for these last 5 days. It's why I'm going to keep on coming in all the ways that I know how, to keep showing up so that I can give you the tools, so that I can provide for you perhaps just a little touch on your shoulder and a redirection so that you're moving in the direction of your light. Just like what Julie was saying here just a few moments ago, Julie Prohaska out of Vernonia. Happy to be with you. I have been reminded, right? Remember, we're just remembering all the time. These teachings live within you. I don't have anything that you don't have. You have all of these teachings. You have all of this wisdom deep within you. And all we're doing when we come together in this way is we are remembering, bringing all of our parts and pieces, our thoughts, our words, our actions, our highest aspiration for ourselves, others in the world. I don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be hurt. Nobody wants to be hurt. I want to be free. You want to be free. We want to be free. I want to be at peace. You want to be at peace. We all want to be at peace. And so we're just turning our attention again and again and again and again to how we bring all these pieces back together. And that's the work that I'm here to do. Bookending each day again with love and with light and with music. It changes everything. It changes absolutely everything. All right, so we are here again. Carolyn Brewis, hello. So happy I made it here today. Good morning, Jamie, also from Vernonia. Good morning, Kelly. Made it again. Like, these are the celebratory times. Love to all. May we rise together with planet, plants, and animals, people, home, body, and heart in self-care. Absolutely. Glorious, bouncing around. Glorious, right? Bouncing around in my head since you played it the other day. Absolutely. Music is huge. Music for sure is a way in which that our bodies and our minds and our hearts are constantly being revealed. Revealed meaning that we're releasing all of the veils, anything that we thought that we were, or thought that was true, or thought that was in our way. Nothing's in our way. The only thing that ultimately is in our way is this sort of sideways sort of perception that you don't have the power to make change in your life, that you don't have the power to make change in the lives of others, that you don't have the power to make change in this world, that it's bigger than you or beyond you some way. I hope that what we're doing builds a bridge so that you remember that you do have that personal power within yourself. You do have that personal power within yourself. And sometimes things like the pandemic, which then turns into the poundemic, where people have put weight on, they've numbed out and dumbed down, they haven't known how to deal with life as it is. And things like all of these shifts and changes and unfortunate surprise parties that we keep feeling and experiencing in so many ways, these things are affecting us. They're affecting our nervous system. They're affecting the way that we show up for ourselves, for others in the world. They're affecting how much alcohol we consume, how much sugar we consume, what we do during our downtime, whether we're doom scrolling or whether we're turning our attention to a book that's raising us up, and we're turning to a book like this, Heart Talk by Cleo Wade, or The Way to Love, or The Pilgrim Book. These are just the things that happen to be at my bookcase right here, right now. Or my all-time favorite, Mi Biblia, the women who run with the wolves. So what is it that you're turning your attention to? I'd rather turn my attention to these things than doom scrolling. I don't know about you. So these self-care things are so much more than drink water with lime, which can be really lovely and really important also. And there's lots of ways that we can go into those practical, very, very, very practical ways of shifting our nervous system through physical self-care. And it is so much more than that. Excuse me. The one day I don't have water with me here on my little altar. You know what? I'm gonna go grab some. So I'm just gonna play another song, and then I'm gonna go grab a glass of water, because that's what self-care is, right? I'm gonna play this one again because I love it so much. Let's see, we'll do Glorious, huh? Here it is. I'm gonna get some water. Do you need some? Gotta go potty? Go do it. Come right on back.
Oh, what a day, glorious, gathering round. There's nothing better than friends. Oh, what a day, glorious, smell of rain, passage right upon the wind. I've got good friends to the left of me and good friends to my right. Got the open sky above me and the earth beneath my feet. Got a song inside my heart that's singing all around. Oh, what a day, glorious, all the clouds have gathered around the town.
Thank you for allowing that little heart space for me to grab my water. Makes a world of difference for my lungs and my body. So super grateful for that. So I just want to return back to where we were with that very first song. And that very first song was called Please Prepare Me. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary. So that for me is the whole reason that I want to practice self-care, why I fully perceive that practicing self-care is a radical act. Sarah, I'm dancing with you. Who's dancing with me? I am. Self-care is radical. It's radical because we are consistently taught that we are to care for others first. We are taught that that is the highest value. I'm going to tell you a little story. And well, if any of you happens to be in this organization that I did this big speech for a couple of years ago, then so be it. A couple of years ago, I was invited to speak for a national organization in the United States that is a service organization for women. And it's women for women. And mind you, I had just come off of the mountain. And I don't mean like a month ago. I mean, I had just been on the mountain, meaning I was off the mountain for about 48 hours. I'd just come off of a 9-day fast. In 48 hours after I stepped off of that mountain, I was standing in front of 500 women in a conference room. And it was, again, this is a service organization, a philanthropic organization, service organization for women to help women. And as I was standing in the wings of the stage, and I'd already decided I wasn't going to wear my shoes, right? These women were sitting out in a conference room, in a big hotel, and I'm paying attention to the details. I'm noticing what they're eating, what they're drinking. It just so happened, which is one of the worst things for a speaker, by the way, I was speaking while they were eating lunch. And so they were multitasking, but I thought, all right, I'm going to work with this. It's the gift I've been given. So I was barefoot and I was standing in the wings, and they were doing, thank yous, and they were doing an introduction of me getting ready for this. But right before they did my introduction, as I was standing and preparing and saying my little prayers and saying, thy will, not my will, what ended up unfolding is they were tooting the grand horn of the woman who kept self-sacrificing and putting all of her needs aside for the greater good. When in doubt, put yourself aside and serve others. And so I heard all of these things, and I immediately thought, okay, I need some big magic right now. I need some big prayers right now, like huge prayers right now. Because I was stepping up onto that stage to give a message that was different than that. Because it was my understanding that the reason that I looked out over this group of women, these philanthropic women who were on average probably 40 pounds overweight, I'm just generalizing, could have been 70. They were overweight, and as they were sitting there, they were drinking coffee and iced tea or lemonade with their lunch. And the food that they had been given was some sort of taco bar where the only vegetable that was being included was a little bit of tomato and some iceberg lettuce. And then I noticed that out came the desserts and the dessert pieces and the calories that were in that dessert of that brownie packed with nuts that probably came out of a package that maybe was a step up from what I remember revamping from the hospital food back in the day. I realized that this was a group of women who were numbing out and dumbing down and disconnected from their high purpose on this planet. And so I went up there and I pushed a few buttons. Now let me say that what happened as a result is I got a standing ovation from probably 30% at the most of those people. And I got a sitting rejection from the other 60 to 70. My voice was strong in that way. That's just who I am. What I know to be true is those women who are ready to hear my message, that you gotta tend to this vessel, that let me be a sanctuary. Let this body be strong and able and focused. May I say no where I need to say no so I can say yes to filling this well, so that what I'm doing in the world, I'm doing from a place of abundance, not from a place of need. I'm not playing the martyr, and I'm not out there to save you because you can't save yourself, because I call bullshit on that. But I'm here instead to say, I'm going to raise myself up, and then I'm not going to be the light for you. Nope, not going to do it, because you know what? Can't. But I'm going to hold the lamp that I've lit from my inner fire, and I'm going to walk. And if you want to use my light for a while, until your own little fireflies grows big and strong. Right? Cynthia Sweeten says, oh, they were prodded, poked, right? Exactly. Right, as if to say that when we hear things that we're not quite ready to hear but are true for us, we're either going to go, yes, or we're going to go, no. But that charge that we're feeling is good information for us to turn into as well. Let me be a sanctuary. That's what this is all about. Let me be a place within my own heart, within my own offerings, where I realize and recognize that I want the goodness that I'm sharing with the world to be bubbling up from a place of internal abundance. Not so that you love me or you like me or you think I'm a good woman or a good man. Not so that you think that I'm worthy of this, that, or the other thing because I'm doing all these things for you and for the world. No, not so much. But I'm doing it because I'm overflowing, and it's the dharmic thing to do. It's the thing that's in alignment with the cycles of light and life. And we must go out and share, and then we must return. We must be able to say, yes, I'm there, I'm in that. And we must be able to say, without stickiness or thickness or weirdness, no, not now. Beautiful phrase is right now, that just isn't in, that isn't, I've said this so many times, this isn't in my capacity right now. And we don't dance around it or murk around it or jump, and we just say, thank you, I honor what you're doing, and that's not within my capacity right now. That's how we say no. Because anytime we say yes to someone or something out there, we're saying no to something else. Be clear on what you're saying no to when you're saying yes to something out there. Is it dissipating you? Is it disintegrating you? Is it disempowering you? Because all these self-care practices, they're all about empowering you. They're all about how you turn your attention to filling the well again and again and again. Why? Because when the well is full, you're functioning ultimately. You're functioning entirely, integratively. You are in integrity. You are in alignment. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, your deeds, everything's going in the same direction, going in the direction of light, like the sunflowers turning toward the sun. So I'm just going to remind us where we've been. Relaxation response, stress response. We want to cultivate the relaxation response, not because the stress response is bad. It's got really high purpose. It keeps us super focused. It helps us escape dangerous situations. It helps us be single pointed and focused and productive. And when that time is done, because that's for short bouts of energy, short pushes, we got to return to that place where we can lie on the grass, where we can convene with the natural world, where we can surrender again, render ourselves part and parcel of this world, of these 5 elements. We bookend our day with light so that we are riding within those cycles of light, because those cycles of light give us a rhythm, a fluidity, so that we go with the flow. I say choose the easy thing. There was a time in my life where I was like, that's lazy, doing the easy thing. No, not so much. Not always. In fact, frequently not at all. To choose the easy thing. To choose the easy thing is to choose the low-hanging fruit. What's available for me right here, right now. This morning I didn't go for a run. I jumped on my little mini trampoline and I listened to a book on tape that I'm devouring. That's what I did. That was low-hanging fruit for me. Had a lot of things I wanted to do, had a lot of things I had to do today, and wanted to turn to it in that way. Then nature as medicine and mama, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, so that we can be grounded, fluid, inspired, grounded, fluid, nourished, inspired, and free. All 5 senses, eyes, ears, skin, tongue, nose, awakening all of them through your candle, through your fresh flowers, through music, through touching and being touched, through essential oils of high quality. Keep going back to the nature of who you are. You are made up of stardust. It is true. Yesterday, heal your home, remembering it's like the caudicle, the spiral, right? The planet, your community, your people, your home, your body, your heart. This is the center of all centers. Your body's constantly giving you information, constantly and consistently giving you information. Oh dear, I knew this was coming. Facebook user curious about the book you're listening to. You ready for this? It is called First, Kill All the Marriage Therapists. I won't say more, that's for you to explore. First, Kill All the Marriage Therapists by Laura Doyle. And so we move in and through the healing of our very own home, remembering that the heart is where we live, this body is where we live. How do I tend to and care for the greatness of this space? If you pull into your garage every time and you push that automatic garage door opener and open comes the garage and you go, ugh, because it's a shit show, because it's chaos. You get into your car and it's dirty and there's crumbs and there's stuff all over. And you go, ugh, I gotta clean this car. Just choose something, one baby step. Do one box in the garage. Put all the tools there. Have a bin just for tools. Have a bin just for rags. Have a bin just for outdoor toys. Have a bin just for kitchen and canning stuff. Have a bin, right? Whatever it is. So that you start to find some chaos and you just put the lid on it. And then when you find something, you go, this goes there. This goes in the toolbox. This goes in the extra kitchen and canning box. So that in time, when that garage door opens or when you pull into that carport or when you go into your car, when you open the door and walk into your home, you go, oh yeah, this is a sanctuary. This is a sanctuary. A sanctuary ultimately is a safe place, a refuge. May I take refuge right here in my own heart, in my own body. May it be a place that I want to be because I've cleaned it, I've purified it, I've mobilized it, I've moved the energies out. And so, today is essentially following freedom, where we surround ourselves with love. What does that mean? That means every choice I make, I'm feeling a sense of expansion. Being barefoot, choosing the clothes that I'm choosing, lip balm on my lips, essential oils touching my hair and my face that I can still smell, music surrounding me. Surrounding myself with love means anytime that anyone offers you a gift, you know who you are. You take it and you say thank you. Because there never really comes a time when you've been gifted too much, because gifts in their true essential nature, they don't come with expectations for something else, because love in its truest sense, self-care in its truest sense, doesn't come with an agenda for me to get something in return. The mind wants that, and we enter into that at first and say, okay, I can take care of myself because that energy I'm going to be able to use to take care of my kids. But then there comes this great point where I go, you know what? When I take care of me, I take care of me. And when I take care of me, guess what happens? I remember that I came here alone and I'm going alone. And sometimes I'm just alone, so I'm just going to keep on tending to this body, mind, heart, spirit, this body, mind complex. Surround yourself with love through your five senses, through what you see, what you touch, what moves you, and what you are moved to connect with. Listen to the symbols and the signals within your own body and your own being. So I had a client yesterday, she's here now. And a client this morning, she's here now, right, doing private clients for coaching. And what came to me, what came so clearly to me is something I saw on Instagram this morning, which essentially said, when you're looking for a sign from the universe, there's a thing not to do. And that is to say, that's not a big enough sign. I want a bigger sign. When the universe gives you a sign, the wrong thing to do is say, I want a bigger sign. The right thing to do is to say, aha, I hear you, I see you. I thank you. And to respond. This is what we are here for, to be in connection. And if and when you find on any given level that you feel disconnected, go back to the body, go back to the five senses. If you feel like you're acting out like a child with your partner, go back to your five senses. That's where your answers are. Go back to your self-care. That's where your answers are. If your marriage is struggling, go back to your five senses. If your relationship with your mother or your daughter is struggling, go back to your five senses. Keep going back to this body, to this mind, to this heart. Keep going back to the music that is the dance between sound and silence. Keep going back to your own body in motion. This is the dance between sound and silence. Because ultimately and inevitably, the quieter we get, the more we hear. The fewer big storms come our way, and the more we're able to feel a raindrop here, there, or another place, and we're able to say, you know what? This is good. Thank you. Ooh, I tripped up a little bit, but I'm still standing. Good information. Good information. Thank you. So that's it, beloveds. This day 5 is subtle. Subtle like a Mack truck, as many of you have heard me say. Because ultimately there are 4 goals in life. Those 4 goals in life are to have purpose. To have purpose. There's no higher purpose for the garbage pickup dude than there is for a doctor. There's no lesser purpose either. And it might not even be the skin bag of the job that you're doing on this planet, but it might be what you're carrying in and through the energy that you carry. The greatest offering that you can provide is your state of being. That's the greatest gift. And so we're looking for purpose. Where is my will aligned with thy will? Where is what it is that I can offer that inspires me and moves me and invigorates me and awakens me and enlivens me? How can I pay that forward to the planet, to the people, to my own heart? That's where the potency is. That's where your power is. That's where your peace will be. Now, do I have the means then? Second goal in life is to have the means. So how do I have the means? I tend to my connection to divinity. I tend to my connection to my family and to those people that are meaningful to me. I tend to my connection to this great body and my own health and my own well-being. I tend to the 5 elements, and I allow the 5 elements to tend to me and to teach me. So I have my purpose, and then I have my means, and then I gotta love it. I gotta be getting messages from my body that go, oh yeah, goosebumps, tears in my eyes, fire in my belly, spark. Oh yeah, this. No backfire, no back talk. Yep, just this, I'm going there. Yep, going now. Because it's right now. So I have my purpose. I have the means. I have a desire because it feels good. And then all of these things ultimately are adding to, are bringing us to the same thing that is bringing us to the integration of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, stress response and relaxation response. And that is, am I free? Can I be free? Can I relax here? Free from binding likes and dislikes. Yeah, I like things. I like almonds better than I like peanuts. I like fresh flowers better than I like plastic flowers. But can I find my neutrality, my spaciousness, my freedom from suffering in all of it? Spam versus the highest quality tempeh you could find, and any variety of things in between. Can I find peace? Can I relax here? Can I be free? For where there is love, there is freedom, and where there is freedom, there is love. Because love for myself, others, in the world has nothing to do with getting anything back. I'm just filling, receiving, filling, receiving, filling, receiving, filling, receiving, giving, going forth, giving, going forth, filling, giving, going forth, receiving, going, filling forth. Just like that. It's subtle, but it is profound, and it's so much more than weekly massage. Those things will come, but we'll go like, yeah, those things are supporting my self-care. What's my self-care? It's about living it, bringing these practices into our heart of all hearts, living it. Waking up in the morning, turning your attention immediately to how do I feel? Do I need 30 more minutes in bed? If I need 30 more minutes in bed every single day, what am I doing during the day that's depleting me? Pay attention to that. What am I doing before I go to bed that's depleting me? Pay attention to that, so that I can rise into my next best and highest evolution. How do I move my body in the mornings? How do I align with nature in the mornings? How do I dance with the one who brought me in the mornings? How do I return to these first 5 essential, glorious ways, categories of self-care? How do I bookend my day with light? How do I tap into the power and greatness of nature? How do I learn from and tend to my 5 senses? How do I heal my home, all layers of my home? And how do I surround myself with love? That's it, beloveds. That's what I got for you. That's the whole show. To you, thank you, Britt. You're welcome, Peg. Laura O'Brien Gould, this day is awesome. Sounds great. I think that's because of the book that I mentioned. So the title gets a lot of attention, but it's essentially, for those of you who didn't hear, the book that I'm listening to on tape right now, because you asked, is called First Kill All the Marriage Therapists. It's a powerful book. I'm not that far into it, so I'm not going to speak to the book as a whole, but what I will say is that it's really helped me recognize some patterns within myself in the way that I show up in my primary relationship, and how much power I have to cultivate peace between myself and my partner, and how much power lives in this womanly body. So I'm not going to speak to the title or whatever. I've invested in a lot of marriage therapy in my life, and am very grateful that I did, and love the people for the most part with whom I have spent that time. So many aha moments. So there it is, right? Would you speak more about the practice of anointing? Yeah, anointing my brow with oil. So in the yogic tradition, oh, by the way, most of the Catholic spiritual ritualistic traditions, the incense, the holy water, the anointing of the brow, those actually have roots, if you do your historical research, have root in and through the Vedic tradition. So it's a deep and true interconnection. So I love that about it. Anointing my brow with oil. This point in the brow is called Chid Ekesh. This is pure awareness. This is the place where thoughts become things. So when I anoint my brow with water in the morning, I'm just saying, holy, holy we are. May I flow. May I go with the flow. May I be in the flow. May I remember and tap into the flow. One of the things I've come to do that I love so much is I don't use paper towels in public bathrooms. I don't use those hot air dryers. I get my hands wet, I wash my hands, I shake my hands off, and I run my hands over my brow and my hair. And if my makeup's so thick that I can't do that without feeling like I might mess something up, therein lies the problem, not in the touching and the anointing of myself. So I anoint it to remember that I am the holy, that I'm the deep connection to that which I seek, and the solutions that I seek to be in flow in this world isn't about changing the course of the river as much as it's about changing the internal fluidity of my own thoughts, words, actions, and deeds. And so here we are. So what next? I'll just take a few moments and say what's next. You've got options. So I'm not here. The whole reason I did this radical self-care, or this self-care challenge, is this year I'm doing a number of series and programs and things around radical self-care, around this theme of relaxation response and stress response. I found it to be absolutely profound in my own body. And I know how important it is for us to step outside of the flow of how things are being done so that we turn to our own internal attention. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm here. So I'm not here to provide this 5-day self-care challenge to now turn around and sell you something else. Although I have something else if you're interested. That's coming, and I'm going to tell you about that. But what I am here for is I wanted to create a stepping stone for those people who are coming off of Pilgrim. I wanted to create a stepping stone for those people who sort of were numbing out and dumbing down the end of the year and weren't part of Pilgrim and wanted to rise on up into the next best and highest evolution of themselves. So this is a bridge into your next best and highest evolution. That's what my intention with the 5-day self-care challenge is all about, was exactly what we've done. Just show up here and turn our attention to the light. I also want to offer that there's ways for you to stay engaged. Energy follows attention. The only difference between a conscious life and an unconscious life is where you place your very own consciousness, where you place your very own attention. That's the difference. It all comes from within. To be the change in the world, you got to do the work. It all starts right here. So then what are some of the things that you can go for and you can go toward? The last page in your workbook talks about the thing that's coming. This is a program that's coming in February. I'm not here to sell it, but I'm going to tell you a few things about it, and I'm going to give you a link if any of you are ready and want to register, you can. And there's a benefit to doing so, but I'm not here to hard sell you. I won't say that again. I'm just going to explain it. It's called the Radical Self-Care Roadmap. Right now there's 30 women. It's only for women. God bless the men in our hearts. Send your women on this journey. It's called the Radical Self-Care Roadmap, and it's really looking at how we go for 28 days and turn our attention to the light for 28 days. There are 4 modules. There are 16 lessons, specific lessons that we'll be implementing, and we'll be working through a process of body, mind, heart, and spirit, of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual ways in which that we keep turning our attention to fortifying our nervous system, to reclaiming our lives, to reinvigorating our vitality and resetting our nervous system so that we can come back into balance yet again. That program is going to be launching on February 23rd. Right now, there are already 30 women who are in the program. They are part of our grassroots membership, and they are helping support the development of the program. Some of you are here. I'm super grateful for those of you who are grassroots members. So I've put up a registration page for today, and you can sign up for the program tonight until midnight at it's more than a 30% discount. So the program's going to run in February. It's going to have a week of open registration, and that's all it's going to be for the first launch of it. And you can register today until midnight. And the price is going to be $179 for those of you who want to register today and tonight. If you wait and you don't register tonight, it's closing tonight. There'll be no exceptions. And then when it opens, it's going to open at $249. So just so you know, if you're interested, if you're significantly interested, if this is something that moves you, or you want to gather some friends, anyone can register today into tonight. And there's a few things that you get if you register in this little early bird, not intended to be a big sell thing. And that is, I'm going to do 2 bonus in the kitchen with Britt sessions. We're going to, you have the 30% off discount, and then the Radical Self-Care Facebook group, which is going to be replacing this. This is going to go away as soon as I start to sell the Radical Self-Care Roadmap, which is in 2 weeks. So as soon as I start to sell the Radical Self-Care Roadmap, the 5-day self-care challenge is going to disappear. So at that point, if you do Radical Self-Care Challenge, you can roll into that, but you can roll into it now, and it will open tomorrow. The Facebook group will open tomorrow, and I'll send out all the information for that. And if you don't want to do that, and you're like, you know what, this is good, then we have the Deep on the Mat. Make sure you're part of that Deep on the Mat community. And then the other big piece in all of this is that we have the Sunday yoga practices. So keep coming to the Sunday yoga practices. All of those things are tethered to relaxation response. All of those things are tethered to how we find balance between our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so if you're interested in registering for the program, the Radical Self-Care Program, you can do that now. The price $179 is available until midnight tonight. That's it. And it's in the description of this video. At the bottom, it says Love Note. That'll take you there. Similarly, if you go in your workbook to the very last page where it says join us for the Radical Self-Care Roadmap, the 28-day immersion for women, there's a gold button and it says, tell me when registration opens. You can go there and there's an option to pay, to register and pay. So that's just that. So that's it. Deep on the Mat, come, it's free. You can be a part of that. I'd love to have you. Sunday Yoga, our yoga church. It's a deep and delicious practice that always has an ancient teaching. And that's going to be growing, and there's going to be more happening within our yoga church this year. And so my intention is Radical Self-Care Roadmap, yoga church, and Pilgrim. That's where I'm putting all of my life force. I've got a few clients at this time. I'm not going to be taking any more new clients for 2021. I don't believe. I don't believe I'm going to. I'm saying that out loud now, so we'll see. So that's what's going on. Just wanted to let you know. I'd love it to see if you have any questions. What are your thoughts? What are your reflections? Bring that all on right here in the comments. Thank you for these 5 days. Very helpful for how I get through the days of challenges of caregiving for Bob. Yeah, Julie, those are big. That is big. We gotta be in that place of self-care. We've gotta be in that place of self-care. We've gotta be turning to how we tend to our physical bodies. Lisa Erickson, thank you for all of these wonderful self-care thoughts and practices. You're so very, very welcome. Honored to have you. Beautiful, because relationships are how we truly learn about ourselves. Absolutely. Today brought so many aha moments for me. There it is. So that's it. I'm just going to play another piece of music because it's just right here for us. You can listen to this and hang around. Please, additional comments and questions. This is not like a big, huge fireworks ending, because there really is no ending. We roll into the grace and the goodness of our Deep on the Mat, our yoga church, and all that is. Here it is. Let's see if we can get this, huh? Are we live?
I've decided to be happy. I've decided to be glad. I've decided to be grateful for all I ever
Take some
had.
deep breaths.
I've decided to let go of all this pain tonight. I've decided to let go of all these demons inside.
So much love to you.
I know I am blessed. I know all I ever wanted was this. I know I don't need more. I got what I came for.
I love you. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. Thanks so much. Goosebumps. Yay. So just a reminder, I'm right here. If you have any questions, if there's anything that's arising for you, anything that you need, any desires that you just think, you know what, I think Britt needs to know this. I want you to just tell me, because you're right, I do, and I want to know. And you can do that by emailing me, britt@brittbsteele.com. Big love to you all. Thank you. Beautiful chorus again. So that song actually is Kinder by Copper Women. I posted it yesterday. COPPERWIMMIN. Copper Women. I love you. Have a glorious day. Thank you for being part of this 5-day challenge. I'm honored to have you here. I'm honored to work with you. I'm going to continue to offer all that I can, and you choose for yourself what serves you. There's always going to be things that are free. There's always going to be things that are available for you to go deeper with me and to support the work that I do. So love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a great day. Bye.